Okay, so what's good, YouTube? You guys will know yesterday that I covered a very interesting, tragic, and controversial situation with a young man who is now incarcerated named Karmelo Anthony and another young man named Austin Metcalf. Now, this has been a crazy story. It's taken the internet by storm. It's also divided people. It's divided people politically, racially, and all the above. Now, I covered most of the stuff yesterday, right? And just to give you a quick brief summary, there's a lot of misinformation being pushed by conservative bloggers. They wanted to make it seem like this black kid just went and killed this white kid for no apparent reason. But I actually broke down the real situation that happened. You can go check that out. I'll actually leave that at the end of this video. You can go check that out. I put the real information out there, which actually showed that the Austin Metcalf kid wasn't so innocent, and he was actually beating up this kid. He was coming across like a bully, cracked his phone, did a bunch of stuff before the kid finally had enough and reacted. And I broke that all down. I broke down the nuances of the situation. I also broke down how the dad actually came out and said this isn't about race, it's about human beings. It's a bad mistake by human beings. Because what I said at the start, conservative bloggers, they were trying to push misinformation to make this black kid just look like a violent, you know how they try to be making black kids look violent, criminal, blah, 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 blah. They tried to make the black kid look like that. So the dad said, you know what, I'm not going to give you that high that you want. I'm actually going to go against what you're saying, and I'm saying this is not about race. So shout out to the dad for that, bro. He really showed some maturity with that, and that's a wise man. I said it in the video before, and I'll say it again. To be able to not allow your ignorance, your emotions to supersede your intelligence, that's a wise man right there, and that's a well-rooted, based guy right there. Now, we actually have new information in regards to this case. Let's actually read it right now. I'm going to pop it up on the screen right here. It says, new info, the truth about Karmelo. This from Kevin Haynes of Facebook. Let's set the record straight. Enough with the misinformation. Let's talk about facts. 1. It's normal for students from different schools to gather under another school's tent. Karmelo had friends there. He wasn't trespassing or looking for trouble. And that's because, I'll actually show you the interview now.
There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, you need to move. And he's like, make me move. Austin grabbed his backpack. The kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I looked at my brother, and then I'm not going to talk about the rest. So. Yeah. That's just what I saw, and I tried to help him, but
it was just senseless.
It was really senseless. Really, I don't know why a person would do that to someone just over that little argument. It's just crazy in this world nowadays how people just up and do that. Like that man has a family. That man has people that care about them all the time, and he did everything for our family too. He was a strong man. He was a strong kid.
Austin's brother was actually saying that Karmelo came into their tent, which isn't wrong. You can do that, right? 2, the claim that one of the twins had never seen Karmelo before, a blatant lie. 3, no student has the right to remove another student from a school-owned tent. The school owns the tent, not the twins. That's what I said too. Like, who are you to be going up to people? Get on my seat. That just seems like the bully we all see in the movies. When we go to high school, we all know a bully like that. You're in the wrong seat. You know what I'm saying? But 4, Karmelo is a track athlete. The twins are not. He wasn't even expecting to see them there. Now, here's what they don't want you to know. The twins didn't just ask him to leave. They tried to jump him. Before attacking him, they tried to take his belongings, broke his phone, and stomped on it. The twins are known bullies. I'm not going to lie, bro. I didn't want to judge a book by its cover, but just from their appearance, the way the stories I've heard about them, they look like bullies, bro. I'm not gonna lie, they look like those 2 bullies who just go around the high school thinking that they're shit, and it does seem like that, and I think that's why the dad was kind of understanding when talking about the situation. He knows the sons that he has, bro. He knows the sons that he has, bro. I think they were bullies, bro. Not saying that he deserved to die because he's a bully, But I do believe they were bullies, bro. And this is just a black kid who said, you know what? I'm not going for none of this, bro. You want to bully me? Bet. He made the wrong decision. I don't think he should have stabbed him, but I can't tell someone how to react, bro. So ask yourself, if 200-pound plus attackers came at your child, what would you expect them to do? And yet, despite everything, the media is trying to destroy Karmelo's name. They keep posting a picture of him with an airsoft gun, not even a real firearm, to manipulate public perception. Why? Because they want to paint him as a criminal instead of a victim. Let's talk about who Karmelo really is. A respectful, well-mannered young man, a 4.0 student with multiple college offers, a kid with zero criminal history, not even a blemish, a son raised in a loving home by parents who taught him right from wrong. A life was lost, and that is tragic. But what's also tragic is the way the media is twisting this story to fit their own agenda. Karmelo defending himself against violent aggressors. That is not a crime. Do not let the media race bait you. Do not let them manipulate the facts. Let's digest all of that. Now, I already agree with all this. I agree with it, bro. Like, even before really checking the story, I was seeing the reaction of people and I'm like, this can't be the full story here. No, the black kid is not just gonna, I know these, cavemen people, that's what I like to personally call them, and that's not me being racist, that's just me looking at a certain group of people within a community who have very caveman-like ideologies, very ooga booga type of ideologies, caveman type of shit, bro. Who just see a picture, he's black skin, he's a victim, he's the criminal, I wanted to actually look into it, but guys, bro, you can see this isn't just as innocent as the media is trying to make it seem, bro. This is not just an amazing white kid who's just an amazing football player and he's just such an amazing upstanding member of the community. No, bro, some of you parents be raising bullies, bro. You be raising bullies. It is what it is, bro. You be raising bullies, bro. And sometimes someone's gonna show, if I believe he was bullying him, bro. Do I think he deserves to die? No. Do I think Karmelo Anthony should have stabbed him? No. But he was bullying him, bro. And I do believe if the roles were reversed and a white kid defending himself against a bully, they'll be championing his name like he's a patriot. But because he's black and he stood. So to you people who believe in the Constitution, does stand your ground not exist when it's a black kid? Or it's only white people that can stand their ground? Now, guys, let me know in that comment section down below what you think of this video and this whole situation in general. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Keep God first, bro. This story should let you know you need to be keeping God first out here. Anything can happen, and that's both sides. Karmelo, he's now in prison. The white kid, he's now in, he passed away. You know what I'm saying? So keep God first, bro. I'm out.